Welcome back, friends. On today's video, I'm going to assemble an asphalt Sealcoat spray rig step by step, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to first start by drilling a 2 3/8 hole at the bottom of the tank for an outlet. That was a ton tougher than I remember it being. Holy Moses.
Well, you know what I was going to say? You should have put some thread cutting oil on there. Yeah, that's some pretty hefty stuff there. You know?
Yeah.
You should have put some oil on that bit. You know?
Now he tells me. Alright, so the next step is to weld in this 2-inch nipple to the bottom of the tank for the outlet. Okay, so the next step, I am going to cut a hole in the top for an access door. So now that we have the hole cut in the top, I'm not going to explain the rest. We're gonna do kind of like a time-lapse thing. My dad's going to dress it up. We're going to cut some sides and put the top on it, and then we'll do the assembly there. frame down there fully welded to the tank, and we're currently mounting the pump motors set up right here, and I will go through and assemble the entire spray system, and I'll show you step by step how I do that. Alright, so we finally got to the assembly stage of the spray rig, and I will go over step by step on what to do for assembly. So first you're going to thread on your 2-inch ball valve. I would recommend using some pipe thread sealant. I use the Blue Monster. I will link it down below. And next you're going to put on your 2-inch barbed threaded fitting. And you're always going to want to really coat the threads. Get a nice good seal. So next we're going to put on into our pump the 4-inch nipple. Alright, and we are going to stick a 90-degree on that. Now, another 2-inch barbed fitting. And then between these two barbed fittings, we're going to put some of this 2-inch suction hose. So what comes out of the bottom of the tank goes into the suction side of the pump. So we got the 2-inch suction hose in between the tank and the pump. A little bit more difficult than you would imagine, but a neat trick is some dish soap on the inside of the suction tube. It slips on a little bit easier, but it's still kind of a booger to get it on. So, alright, next step. We're going to come up out of the top of the pump. With a 2-inch threaded nipple. Alright, now you need to stick the T on there. Alright, next is the 2-inch to 3/4 reducer. We'll tighten that down in a second. And you have a 3/4 inch barbed fitting. And this is for your spray hose. Alright, so after that, you're going to want to put in another 2-inch nipple. That way. Alright, and now the final piece on this side, the 2-inch threaded fitting, barbed fitting. So this barbed fitting right here on the top of the tank, and then we're going to run a suction hose from here to the top of the tank so it returns the sealer when it's not spraying. Okay, now we're going to assemble a spray wand. I put the 90-degree 3/4 inch in the vise, and I put the 3/4 inch to 1/4 inch reducer in it while in the vise. I'm going to take it out. We're going to put this piece of 3/4 by 60-inch long black pipe in there, and we are going to thread on to the end the 90. Make sure that that 90 is facing down and that your handle is facing up in the off position. That way it's straight with the spray tip. now lastly, the 3/4 inch barb fitting. Alright, so recap on what we did here. Comes out of the bottom of the tank here, quarter turn valve, to shut off into the suction side of your pump. And then it will come out the top side of your pump with a T off to your spray hose. You go up a little further and you have a quarter turn valve which shuts off the return and powers your spray hose. And you go up to the top of the tank for a return. The only other thing that I'm going to do to this tank, I have a couple bearings coming for a paddle agitation system, manual agitation, and some rubber for those paddles, just because we use a lot of sand and we want to pull the sand up from the bottom of the tank every morning with a paddle system. We have these hooks right here where the spray wand and hose actually attached to. Alright, so that's the end of it. Everything's assembled, painted, ready to roll for tomorrow. I will leave links in the description down below for all the parts and pieces to this tank. And if you click the link and buy any of those parts and pieces, our channel gets a small kickback from that. It just keeps content like this coming. So, as always guys, like, comment down below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share, and we'll see you next time.